sir.
Good afternoon, Sergeant.
You wanting to make a complaint?
Well,
come in, I'll take a statement.
I'd rather not make a complaint if the officer that's just been a little bit OTT would make a simple apology. I don't want to cause you guys any more grief. That's not what I'm here for. You got the wrong end of the stick. Wasn't prepared to listen.
Okay.
Accusing me of being here before. Never been here before in my life. And he was a bit hands-on, and he failed to identify. Now, as you probably know, that's in your policy. Because I come in and I can't give this guy any details other than he was a sergeant, because I can't, you know what it's like, you can't see numbers very easily. And I've just read this and I was really interested.
What's that?
Well, this. I've never made a complaint against the
I'm
police in my life.
quite happy to take it up if you know.
Well, do you think it would be better if he just apologised? I mean, is he man enough to do that?
He wants to apologise.
I understand that. Would you like to just ask him? Because I'm happy to leave it like that.
I can certainly ask him.
Because I've got a lot of respect for you guys, and I don't want to cause anybody any grief. But he got the wrong end of the stick. He was a bit hands-on, accusing me of being here before. And if I could just de-escalate, which is I believe in your policy to try and do, and he didn't. He come straight out. Now I made a genuine mistake. I'll tell you what it was. I thought that car park and that car park was open because the barrier is for vehicles. There wasn't anything. There wasn't a gate. I stood there for a while because I was hoping to get blue lights coming out. Spoke to a couple of your officers, very professional. Didn't have time to speak. I said, I don't want to stop there. So I just went to film. Sorry. Yeah. So. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Most definitely. Like I said, I've got a lot of respect for you guys.
Should we start again?
Please do.
What are you here for?
I'm trying to build a bridge between the police and the public. I started picking up one of these about 7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I started watching a guy. Yeah, why not? Go on, you sit last here. I started watching a guy called amicably Press in America.
Right. Okay.
Completely different situation, First Amendment, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So, natural thing is you look down the sidebar on YouTube and you see other people's videos.
Yeah.
And I come across British, what they call auditors. I don't class myself as an auditor.
No.
I'm trying to be an independent journalist, if you like. Yeah. A citizen journalist is the popular terminology.
The rules full of them now.
So
anyone's got a mobile phone.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I've watched literally hundreds of hours of footage of, I think if they watch the CCTV, they can see that's not what I was here for. So I've come to try and build a bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've been watching, the riots in Bristol, and I saw the guy got sentenced to quite a big bit of time. I think it was 14 years in total. One of the charges was riot, so I think it's the first time it's ever happened. Excuse me. So I was interested in trying to put your side of the story across from my point of view.
Right. Okay.
So, beautiful day again. I've been locked in really with the bad weather.
Yeah.
I've come out, I've come here, I've started at the front. I'm giving everybody, all the viewers, where I am.
Yeah.
So they know I've promoted the Forest of Dean, because driving in, absolutely beautiful on a day like today. Stunning, stunning. So I come round here, excuse me, go round this car park. Yeah, I've got I haven't got COVID, I check 3 times a week because of my mother-in-law. I've just got I nearly called it a summer cold. It's not. It's just a type. And I'm probably thirsty now because I didn't bring a drink. So, and you're probably not going to offer a cup of tea. So I started off in there.
You can offer your water.
No, that's fine, thank you. I might have it in a minute if that's okay. There was only one vehicle out there. The guy in here who wasn't very helpful. I think part of the problem here today is preconceived ideas.
You see a camera, you get defensive.
You have one, all your guys have one, they're everywhere we go.
No, I totally agree.
I don't see it as a problem.
No, you did also say that we have the experience of people trying to wind us up and put in a position where we get into trouble.
Exactly.
So that's probably where people are at their starting point.
But my impression is if I came here and treated you all as arseholes, that wouldn't get me anywhere. And I can tell you now, the views on YouTube are more for people getting on with the police.
Yeah.
That's what people want to see, genuinely. Okay. Yes, you've got some people that have got thousands of views because they antagonise. Two different sets of people. So, in fairness, this guy wasn't particularly helpful. I actually asked if I could speak to a member of the neighbourhood team.
Yeah, because that's more appropriate, because I'm a response sergeant, so I go out and find about left, right and centre.
Exactly. So they said nobody was available because there was an accident. I said, okay, I won't trouble you then. I'll get in touch. I've tried, since I've been doing this, and as I said, it's only about 7 weeks, I've tried emailing and phoning the press office or whatever you choose to call them, public relations.
Yeah.
If I was to say Sergeant Crocombe, very professional, the day looked after me, they would talk to me. They automatically think, like this guy did and like your other sergeant did, that we're here for nefarious purposes, not terrorism, which often gets used, but to wind you up.
Yeah.
Now, I made a genuine mistake. I was stood at the barrier because I know that police stop at the barrier, so it's easy to have an interaction. I've had 2 interactions with bobbies going on duty. They said they can't talk. I said, no problem, stay safe, take it easy. A couple of others come in and I didn't realise there's another door. They've come in, they've not spoken, that's fine. If they don't want to, I understand that. That goes off a lot of the time anyway. It's only when there's interaction.
Yeah.
So I'm stood there and I'm looking and I'm thinking, right, so I had to wander back down and I thought, right, there's a sign to say no vehicles other than police vehicles, but there's nothing to say no public access.
I see where you're coming from.
So, well, just let me finish because this is a genuine mistake. So I thought, I'm going to go. It's getting up to 3 o'clock. I need to be going somewhere else. I'll have a quick look. I want to record the types of vehicle you got because the people that watch my videos want to see that.
Yes.
I deliberately did, there's I think it was 3 police cars, then there was a civic car, assuming it was a civic car. So I don't film the civic cars, no interest in me at all. There's thousands of them on the road. Doing the van, I heard your sergeant with 2 other officers behind him, part of your team, I'm assuming, because they were all.
Well, no, it's the sergeant that we did.
And no, but the sergeant was just in his bare kit.
Yeah, so he's coming in on.
And straight on, before I could even have a chance to explain, he's on me.
Yeah.
I think I'm professional. Escalating a situation rather than de-escalate. I tried to explain. Next thing I know, his hands on my back and he's pushing me down the car park. Right. Yeah. So I didn't get upset. I said, can I just explain? There's no need to get hands on. Didn't want to know. Accused me of being here on numerous occasions. Never been here before in my life. Right. And it was only when he came back in, after I'd started to come back to the barrier, that the other 2 guys did take a couple of minutes just to talk to me. They told me the same thing, contact the press office. I said to them, can you please do me a favour? And this is all on film. Can you feed it back up the line that when we actually contact them, could they get back to us? Because we're not all the same, you guys aren't all the same.
No, totally.
You know, and in fact, in my experience, you've probably got, I wouldn't even say 2%, probably 1% bad bobbies, 99% good bobbies. So why should I be treated just because I'm holding that?
Right. Yeah, no, I'm not.
You know,
I'm not arguing any point.
So honestly, that's from my point of view. I'll shut up now.
I'll take on board.
Yeah.
And I'll speak to the sergeant about it and see how you feel. You know, on sort of African stuff, I'm sure you feel that you've been treated badly.
That sign is pretty how you should be. And if I'm trying to build a bridge for you guys, because let's be honest, what's one of your worst enemies when you're out there? A bad policeman. Because if they've pulled somebody for something and they've been an a-hole, and then you turn up, nice guy, and you get all their crap.
You get all their baggage, don't
you know, I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
I've witnessed it.
So I understand where you're coming from. So if we're able to put that to bed and we'll talk about what you're here for, we can try and...
Well, yeah, definitely.
Unless you want to make it...
Could I put that back on though? I don't need to point it at you, but as long as I could record.
If you tell me what it's about, I'll be able to record.
Trying to build the bridge is asking questions like, not so much a sergeant, because I'm assuming that you would know the answers to this. Some of the younger bobbies don't. It would be, could you explain to me your understanding of the PD and principles of policing?
Right.
Or I might come at it from a different angle and say, could you tell me what your opinion is of policing by consent? Okay, so I break into it nice and easy.
Yeah. Then
I start asking questions about, is the knife bin a success? I tried suggesting to this gentleman I didn't think it was a good idea in there, only because if you think of the people that would do bad things with knives, they'd probably want to throw it in the bin. I'm trying to think of the best word. Surreptitiously? No, probably not that. But on the slide. Because they'd be paranoid that you've got cameras probably somewhere.
But the idea of that is that you can just literally walk and put them in.
Well, this guy said you've got to hand them over the counter, which puts you...
Sorry, that's what I mean. You just walk in and say, I want to hand them over.
Because I have seen them outside, and they're all chained up and everything, and they've got, I don't know about yours, because that looks like a standard bin, but some of them have got a safe deposit drop.
It's sort of locked in.
Yeah.
It's locked in.
Yeah.
I'm not in a position to give you that sort of interview, because that's quite time consuming.
Of course, yeah. And to be fair, if we could talk to your press office, I would turn up with a little different setup. There's 2 mics, little tripod, put it on the counter, before recording, pass over a list of the questions.
That's the sort of thing. It's like you know, you're asking me to say the Pelian principles. I can say off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying?
When I said about being a sergeant, I was being polite to you because you've probably forgotten them.
Yeah, well,
because you work in the real world.
You work in crime and
exactly.
You know, you're dealing with it's almost like a policy.
Yes.
It's what I'm saying. So it's not saying that it's not important, because it is important.
Yeah.
And you do it without even realising you're doing it.
Of course.
It's like policing with consent. Consent is that that we don't just arbitrarily grab people. That's my interpretation. I don't just go, right, I'm going to turn you over because I can.
Yes.
We have set rules, and if we don't follow those rules, which have been agreed by the public by voting for, considered that's the consent. When you're a police force, you have certain countries where we're just detaining because we can. Yes. You're in the wrong place. We're detaining.
It does happen in this country. I've got to say.
I've not personally experienced it. But
it's
I don't live
part of the reason I picked that up.
I don't live in England and Wales and Scotland. I don't live in I can only go by my personal experience.
I've got to say, I've been to the HQ at Quedgley.
Yeah.
And what I found from Gloucestershire Constabulary is they're respectful, they're polite. They might be, what should we say? No, not cautious. Abrupt at times if they haven't got time, and I understand that.
Yeah,
that's the first Bobby I've come across. Because this is still Gloucester, isn't it?
Yeah,
just checking. There's been a bit, there's been a bit like North Yorkshire Police or Greater Manchester Police, because that's happening a lot out there.
Okay.
And I'm sort of telling my viewers that it's not happening down here. We've got a good police force. We need that to spread. Right. So I would then further go on to ask questions like, trying to think off the top of my head now because I haven't prepared this far in, but it's all basic stuff. Right. It's like, do you agree that when you turn your body worn camera on, you should inform people as soon as possible?
Yeah, as soon as possible. You don't always.
Exactly.
I did tell you when I came in. The first thing I said to
you did. Yeah.
That this is on.
No, that's not happening around. So it's trying to get the police to acknowledge that they've made a little boo-boo. Yes, sorry, I should have told you. And what they often come back is it's a bit like the playground. They say, well, you haven't told me you're recording. We don't have to.
I don't. As I said, I'm not bothered by you recording it.
Yeah. Because well, as I said, that's on standby.
I'm in the public. Yeah. I'm in the public.
It's on standby.
When I'm wearing this uniform.
And the other thing I like to draw attention to, because some people jump on the police for this as well, not every police officer identifies himself properly at first contact. Well, let me just tell you what the public want, and this is a general consensus. They want you to come out, say either good morning, good afternoon, or hello mate, or something polite-ish. I mean, not one of these that says you've got to call me sir.
Sometimes it's appropriate.
I am Sergeant. Exactly. I am Sergeant, say your name again. Crocombe, number 497, and I'm stationed at Forest of Dean. People love that. The viewers want that. But we're seeing bobbies, and like I said, not Gloucestershire, that failed to identify, like the sergeant, because he was so busy trying to get me out. And it creates a problem with those that are trying to stir them up. Yeah? Yeah. I mean, I was walking through Quedgley Estate, and a lady came out and started shouting at me, and I said, hang on a minute, you're accusing me of filming. I put my camera on. I said, now I'm filming you, why are you shouting at me? She was only taking a parcel from a van. I had no interest in her whatsoever. So she said, I'm going to go and get my boss. So I said, okay, then I'll explain to him. He didn't want to listen either. And luckily, probably from here to that shop, there's a police unit in Quedgley. It's part of the training. Yeah. Officer come out, good as gold, knew it all, put them straight. Everything was fine. So I understand people don't like cameras. And yet, if I was stood on Weymouth Seafront
There's loads of them.
Nobody would give a monkeys. If I was stood in Disneyland, nobody would give a monkeys.
So, sorry.
You know. So yeah, sorry, I'm probably boring you now.
No, not boring. I'd like to say thanks. I'm going to try and help you. I can't make any promises.
No, that's fine.
First thing about policing is don't make promises.
Exactly.
So you'd like a meeting to discuss knife crime and what else?
Police following policies. Right, you know, the basics of
police policy.
Yeah, police introduction, that sort of stuff. I mean, I want to try and book with somebody in Gloucestershire one of these ride-outs.
Okay.
You know, I want to do that. Bring the camera along, or a couple of cameras along, and actually go out with somebody. Not necessarily to find bad stuff going on, because I don't
see the general what we're doing.
Yeah, see which is your favourite tea wagons and that sort of stuff. You know.
But there's always that going to be the case. Right. So I'm going to take details because I have to.
Well, that's why I said. That's why I've turned everything off as well.
What I've written.
Yeah, I've got nothing to hide.
No, because some people get offensive
yeah.
when I'm asking details.
That's in fact, just to make you feel 100% safe, I'm also going to press that button.
What's that one do?
Well, that should turn it off.
So guys, as this fellow was being extremely pleasant, very helpful, I wanted to show him some respect, so I made him feel a little bit more comfortable by turning the body-worn camera off. Rightly or wrongly, by all means put the comments what you think. Had a really good chat. We imparted some information to each other, including my personal information, because I wanted to take this further for the future. This did lead to the other sergeant coming out, and we had a good chat, and he apologised. He explained why he acted the way he did, and promised to make an effort to openly assess a situation in the future and not to jump to conclusions. So everything turned out pretty good in the end. So I just wanted to show this little bit. Any comments, please click like, click share, and of course if you haven't, hit the subscribe button. So from Expose and Educate, thanks for watching. Take care.